Hey friend, I'm back. And today I want to talk to you about some biblical business advice from the book of Proverbs. Because if you're building a business, you're not just here to make a quick buck or help a few people. No, friend, you are anointed and appointed as a kingdom CEO. What the heck does that mean? It means you're here to do God's will in your work. So let's take a walk through Proverbs and dive into this biblical business advice. And hello, if you've never met me, I am Stephanie Gass, a seven-figure business owner. I've been an entrepreneur for over 17 years. I have a top 20 ranked podcast called Online Business for Christian Women. Men are welcome as well. And I'm so happy you're here because partnering with the Lord in your business, it's going to unlock every bit of blessing in your business that you didn't know that you needed. From peace in your business, more time in your day, to intentionality when it comes to hiring, being able to find the right people to work with and find mentorship with. I am telling you, the answer to almost every problem and decision in your company comes straight from the Word of God. So let's dive in. The first piece of advice is to make God the CEO of your business. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your actions to the Lord and your plans will succeed." Listen, running a business without God is like trying to hop on a sailboat and just think that you can sail. I've never tried sailing, but I can imagine how that would go. Probably not great. What I would really need to do is do some research, find out what sailing company is best, make sure that I have a seasoned having someone who is seasoned in sailing go with me to show me how to do it. Because I can only imagine the difficulty learning to navigate the waters, understanding the boat when I'm unfamiliar with it. Running a kingdom business is the exact same thing. No matter how long you've been in business, how many times you've shown up and started something and launched something different. I don't care if you're already really super successful in your business. If you're not doing it with God as your CEO and in partnership with Him, it's going to be hard, it's going to be messy, and you may even end up shipwrecked. I know that happened to me in my first business because I was doing it my way and the world's way, and I was not integrated with the Lord at all when I was creating my business. So I was doing everything I was told to do without taking it to Him in prayer. Everything became hard and stressful, and I started striving and creating idols out of social media, and it was a mess, and it ended up in failure, in shipwreck. So God has to be your CEO. What does that actually mean? Well, friend, it means that we commit everything to Him, right? If you have a CEO of your company, and I am literally like the CEO of my company, but I imagine this big corner office and God sitting in the corner office. And before I make a hiring decision, before I launch something new, before I decide to sign up for something, if I have a big decision to make, or anything, like no matter how big or small, I'm going to walk myself over to the CEO corner office, knock on the door, set up that meeting, and talk to God about my decision before I make it. You would do this with any CEO in any company, and this is no different. And so if you want to learn more about having a business meeting with God, I will link it right here, but it is such an important video for you to watch if you want to have God in partnership with you as you run your business. All right, the second piece of biblical advice that we glean from Proverbs is to serve others with integrity. Proverbs 11:3 says, "Honesty guides good people. Dishonesty destroys treacherous people." Business is about serving others well and not just making money. Obviously, I'm super here for businesses that make money. I believe money is a means of exchange. I believe that God uses money for good when good people are working and doing good things to shepherd and steward those blessings. However, I also believe that we have to operate with honesty and with integrity. And so this means no false promises. Don't make promises you cannot keep. And this is not just in your business. That does sound like life advice, okay? Don't use deceptive marketing. Always be 100% honest. As a Christian business owner, we are called to be the hands and feet of Christ. And the only thing that comes down to is the honesty and integrity that we are who we say we are. And so don't make false promises. Don't use deceptive marketing. Be honest, forthcoming, and just really pure in your intentionality. The world chases shortcuts. It chases overnight success. But God's entrepreneurs do things his way. I was actually led to a particular scripture this morning that this really brings up. Apparently it was for this conversation that I was going to be having with you guys today. Let me find it here. Yeah, so speaking of the shortcuts, it's Proverbs 13:11, and it says, wealth from get-rich-quick schemes quickly disappears. Wealth from hard work grows over time. Whoa. So we have to be very careful that we are serving others with integrity and building with integrity, showing up for ourselves with integrity. We are not chasing that get rich quick, but we are chasing that long-term vision. It says it right there in Proverbs. So a practical tip here is before you do something, marketing, start a new thing, set up a whole new website or whatever it might be, before launching this product, service, new messaging, ask yourself, how would I feel presenting this to God? How would that go? And then bonus points, actually present it to God as your CEO and see what he has to say about it. The third piece of biblical business advice is to work hard, which we actually just heard. I just read it to you from Proverbs, but trust God for results. We can control how hard we work, but we cannot control the results of that work. God does promise fruits in exchange for those good works. Proverbs 14:23 says, work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Whoop. But basically what that means is we have to work and do the hard things. I was just talking to my students on a call this morning about the fact that if we want to have the glory in our business, we have to get in the ditch. We have to roll up our sleeves. We have to do hard things. We have to get uncomfortable. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be unsure. That is normal. If you are here, you are called to have a kingdom business. And that simply means that you're partnered with him and you are surrendered. You are walking in humility as a business owner. And it's crazy. The more I started to surrender, the more open-handed I became with my company, the more I stopped trying to figure it all out myself and hide from the fact that it was really hard and I was really overwhelmed and I was overworking and I was thinking that I had to do something even though my discernment alarms are going off, AKA be on social media all the time. And I stopped and I did the thing that seemed weak and said, God, I can't. I'm surrendered. I'm broken. I don't understand how this is going to work. I'm so confused, my business has failed, and all of that, and just laid it at the feet of Jesus Christ. Y'all, it's been 7 years since that moment, and my business is more big and bountiful and beautiful and blessed than I ever dreamed possible. And it's truly because I have worked hard, but in full surrender. I've trusted God for the results. I've said, Lord, it's yours. And if you want to take us to these crazy, awesome kingdom heights, I'm going to need your help with how to steward the money and shepherd the money. I need team to support this. I need systems to keep us organized. I need opportunities and networking opportunities to help me grow and reach more people. And every single step of the way, the Lord has been in it with me. But it took me being willing to do the hard work. Now, I want to be clear here. God honors hard work and diligence. Success doesn't come from sitting back, waiting, but in the same breath, we also don't need to hustle. So when I say hard work, I do not mean hustle. I actually work less than I've ever worked in any business that I've ever run. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 17 years. I work less than 20 hours a week. And so I don't mean that we hustle. I just mean we work hard. And honestly, sometimes working hard means laying down all the distractions that are not serving you in your business. It means inventorying the things you need to stop because they're not producing fruit. They're not producing favor. We need to let go of those things. Do an inventory of your business as a business owner. And if it is not producing you leads, income, or has been ordained by the Lord, get rid of it. Why do we keep doing the same things over and over again when it is not producing the results? I don't know. I used to be that person. I'm so glad I'm not anymore. So we want to work hard and trust God with the outcome, which means we avoid distraction, AKA we put down our phone when we're actually working. We don't multitask. I know that some of us wear the multitask badge. I can multitask and I'm so good at all things. Listen, Lola, listen, Larry. Multitasking makes you so much less productive. So we need to stay consistent and steward these opportunities that God has given us. So the practical tip here is to set 90-day business goals and take consistent daily action, even when you don't see immediate results. We've got to trust that the Lord is going before us. We have to trust that the Lord is interceding on all the fears and all the things we don't understand. And we just have to show up and work hard in the time that God has gifted us to work in our business that day. Not more and not less. And P.S., I really encourage you to start your business with the Lord, which is a bonus tip here. I actually told my students this morning, the best day starts with God first. Your best day starts with the Lord. You heard it here. And I know that because when I don't start with the Lord, I'm not having my best day. Okay? So don't be me. Okay, the next tip is to be a good steward of your finances. This comes from Proverbs 21:5. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. Did y'all know the Bible said that? Let me say it again. Good planning, and hard work lead to what? Prosperity. But hasty shortcuts lead you where? To poverty. Oop! I mean, Proverbs bring in truth today. So basically what we are hearing right now is that God blesses wise financial decision making, good planning, and hard work, not reckless spending or chasing the quick win. So what does this mean? It means to avoid impulsive investments, unnecessary expenses. It might mean that instead of taking another shortcut or throwing a little bit more spaghetti at the wall in your business, you know what I mean? You actually stop, slow down, go to God and ask for the right course or the right mentor or the right book, and you listen and then be led. We need to listen and be led. We don't want to take hasty action. And listen, I am not kettle black, okay? I am not the person who is telling you to do something that I have not failed in myself before. I am absolutely the action taker. And so it is definitely one of my disciplines to hold back and to really wait and listen and lean on the Lord. I always take action when I get God's yes, but sometimes I want to move through it really quickly. And so this is where the shortcuts leading to poverty thing comes in. We need to be sure that we are not just stewarding our revenue well, which yes, we need to tithe, we need to save, we need to reinvest strategically. We need to be great financial CFOs in our businesses, but we also need to be wise in not being reckless with our actions, which is totally not part of this tip, but there you go. So the practical tip I have for you guys here is to use the 10-10-80 rule. And I didn't come up with this, but it's tithing 10%, which we know is biblical, 10% of your first fruits, save 10%, put that into your savings, and live on 80%. Now, obviously, this is just like basic beginner advice for you because it depends on where you are in your company. If you have a ton of revenue and net profit, you may be investing quite a bit of that profit, but I think that I know that the Lord will lead you. If you're brand new in your business, maybe you're not saving as much and you're reinvesting back in the business at a higher capacity. Maybe if your business has grown to a certain capacity, you're going to give and tithe more generously than maybe the 10%. And so this is just like a basic guideline to help you get started. Obviously, you're going to want to pray over these numbers and see what the Lord is leading you to do, but we just want to be wise. We want to be sure that we are stewarding the income that is a gift from the Lord, the wealth, the provision, and we're using it in accordance with God's will for us, our families, our businesses, and His kingdom. Now, the fifth piece of biblical business advice I have for you, last but not least, is to surround yourself with wise counsel. Proverbs 13:20. Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. What the heck does this mean? It means that your business will grow. And honestly, you as a person, as a Christian, you will grow based on who you surround yourself with. Don't take advice from the world. Seriously, seek guidance from Christian mentors, coaches, communities. Cut out those negative influences that don't align with your values and your business. You know, for me, I was feeling so led to lay down social media in my first 2 years of podcasting. And I was terrified because everyone around me was using social media to get leads and get clients. But when I cut out the voices that God was asking me to, and I truly, truly depended on Him for how to grow my business, I had a prophetic dream in 2018 and I heard start a podcast. And that led me to ultimately creating a top 20 podcast that helped thousands of other people grow businesses using podcasting instead of hustle. And that came from cutting out certain voices in my life that were telling me I had to do something, even though for me in my personal situation, it was not God honoring anymore. It had become an addiction. It had become an idol. It was stealing all of my valuable time. And I just was so tired of living my life that way. And by the way, if you are interested in learning how to use a podcast to grow your business, I have a 5-day bootcamp that you can check out at stephanigass.com/bootcamp. We'll link it down below for you. So a practical tip here is to see how you can seek out and find those communities that are going to be biblically sound and founded for you, the right mentorship, the wise counsel that's going to lead you to make wise decisions in your business and hopefully also in your life. If you're looking for a community and you don't have one, I have a Facebook group you are welcome to come and join with over 12,000 kingdom entrepreneurs like you at stephgasscommunity.com. Come and hang out. That's it, friend. So if you apply some of these biblical business tips into your everyday business operations, I truly know that you are going to experience blessing and favor because you are partnered with Him. It really is so simple. It really comes down to making time with God, prioritizing Him, having Him be that CEO in your business, and then doing these other principles that we are taught biblically to do. It's making the disciplined choice every single day to choose Him first. That's it. And I know it's a discipline, and I know sometimes it's inconvenient, but this is the way, walk in it, Isaiah 30:21. Like, we are called to do incredible things, and it means we have to be insanely intentional with our time with the Lord, because any relationship takes work. Any relationship takes time, conversation, listening, and it's no different with your time with Jesus. And so that choice starts now. I believe that business done God's way is peaceful, purposeful, and prosperous. How about you? Go ahead and comment below with which of these business tips you are going to implement right now. And also, if you're still here, I'd love to know that you watched this video all the way through. Drop me an amen down below in the chat. I hope that this encouraged you today and that you're looking forward to exploring more of what God has for you in your work. And if you're not ready to say goodbye yet, please click right here and watch this next video on how you can pray in your business, and be sure to subscribe. I'll see you soon.